Hi there, Miss Noliana here. You can call me Chetna. In this video, we are going to learn about argumentative essay. In WET 2020, it is the second question in the writing paper. In this video, you are going to learn about the essay format in general and the components of the introductory paragraph. Usually, you are expected to write 5 to 6 paragraphs essay in about 350 to 500 words. Let's look at an example of the question. The question consists of two parts, the statement and the general tasks. The statement differs for different questions, whereas the general tasks are usually the same for any question in the MUET writing question 2. For example, school students should be required to wear uniforms at schools. This is the statement part of the question. It has the main issue which needs to be highlighted in the argument or in the essay. Do you agree with the statement? Justify your stand by giving relevant examples where appropriate. You should write at least 350 words. This is the general task of the question. It sets the tone of how you should write your argumentative essay. There are three main parts in an argumentative essay. First is the introductory paragraph. There are three components: the opening remarks, the stand, and the thesis statement. Second is the body paragraph. You should write at least 3 body paragraphs. Each body paragraph would have 3 components, which are the topic sentence, supporting details, and concluding sentence. And the third part is the concluding paragraph. This part should have at least 2 components: restatement of the stand or thesis statement, or both, and closing remarks. Let's start with the introductory paragraph. The first component in this paragraph is the opening remarks. Some call it the hook. This component gives the background ideas of the issue highlighted in the question. It must be relevant and engaging so that readers would find it interesting or be hooked to continue reading the essay. There are several reading strategies in writing the opening remarks, such as using general statement, rhetorical questions, quotations or proverbs, short anecdote, or even a combination of several hooks. Let's look at some examples of the opening remarks or hook. The issue here is school students should be required to wear uniforms at school. If you are using a general statement, the opening remarks will be something like this. Many public schools have decided that their students should use uniforms because the administrators think that that is the right thing to do. If you're using rhetorical questions, your opening remark will be something like this. Do you think that to improve our public school education, the students should be required to wear uniforms? You can ask more than one rhetorical questions. If you are using a quotation, it will be something like this. Benjamin Franklin once said, "The school looks very good. The uniforms are a good thing. It will be easy for my wife. She won't have to fight about clothes." If you're using a short anecdote, it will be like this. I still very much remembered how angry the disciplinary teacher was when the pupils came to school during school days not wearing their school uniforms properly. Her loud voice almost deafened our hearings. The next component in the introductory paragraph is the stand. When making an argument, you have to clearly state a claim or a point of view over the issue highlighted in the question. The claim can be to agree, to disagree, or partially agree. To partially agree, candidates have to give objective explanations why they agree and disagree at the same time about the statement given. Let us look at some examples of a stand. To agree. I agree that students should wear uniforms at school. To disagree. I disagree that students should wear uniforms at school. Partially agree. In my point of view, making students wear school uniforms in school has its strengths and weaknesses. The third or the last component in the introduction is the thesis statement. This component is written in just one sentence, and it summarizes all the main ideas the essay has. There are two types of thesis statement. One is a general thesis statement. You only state the reasons in general without indicating specific ones. Or you could also write a specific thesis statement which lists each main idea the readers will find in your body paragraph in the essay. You only mention the main ideas with no details given. You only have to write one type of thesis statement. Now, let's look at some examples of the thesis statement. General thesis statement. There are several reasons to support my arguments. Or, you can write your thesis statement in a form of a question. For example, why do I say so? A specific thesis statement. If you are to agree, your specific thesis statement will be something like this. There are several reasons why wearing school uniforms are good, such as building self-esteem, representing unity, and enforcing appropriate rule. If you are disagreeing with the statement given, your thesis statement will be like this. Forcing students to do so is not allowing them to use their freedom to express their individuality, wasting their parents' money, and denying them comfort when they are in school. If you look at the specific thesis statement examples, you will see the specific main ideas that will be found in the essay later in the content parts. Now, let's look at some examples of complete introductory paragraph. In example 1, you will see an introduction based on the stand to agree. The opening remarks in this example uses a combination of using quotation and asking rhetorical questions. For the stand, you can see it is clearly written that the writer agrees with the statement given that wearing uniforms is good. In this example, you will see that the writer uses a general thesis statement. In example 2, you will see that the writer uses a short anecdote as the opening remarks. Here, in this example, the writer disagrees with the statement given, and the writer uses a specific thesis statement. That's the end of Part 1, Argumentative Essay, Introductory Paragraph. I will see you again in Part 2, Content Paragraph. Bye for now.